Hello YouTube, this is not a review of Asus Zephyrus G14, this is rather a complaint about the product itself and the customer service. So after watching actually every review out there, I decided to purchase this laptop. However, there are some things that would develop later. So, at first when I got the laptop, it was, pretty good. There was nothing wrong with it. However, after few weeks of usage, there were a couple of things that start bothering me. So I would like to give you my overview of the recent experience with Asus customer service, and hopefully this will let you decide and make more informed decision about if you want to become Asus customer or not. So I have bought the highest spec version of this Asus Zephyrus G14, right, with Ryzen 4900HS and RTX 2060. And I actually pre-ordered this unit, so it wasn't available in shops yet. So I pre-ordered it, and after a couple of weeks I got it. The package arrived, so I was pretty happy. The at first glance the build quality is cool. However, after I don't know, maybe 6, 7, 8 weeks, I had this tapping problem with my touchpad, right? So instead hearing the click, you were hearing the click when you just touched the surface of the touchpad. So basically it annoys me for a reason that I do not really use the click. I set my Windows to tap as a click, so I just lightly touch the trackpad, and every time I've been touching was like tapping, like making that clicking noise. And this is like coming and going issue. Okay, sometimes it stops doing this, sometimes it starts doing this for no reason, and it just keeps going like this. So sometimes you press and it fixes itself, sometimes for no reason just come up again, and so it's sort of like unpredictable thing, right? The trackpad itself is okay, it's not best out there, like but it's not bad either. It's usable, it's fine. So the surface of the trackpad is glass, and the size is a little bit on the small side, but this was something that I was expecting. Obviously when I was buying the unit, I've seen the physical size of the trackpad, so I cannot complain about that. I don't complain about that. I'm just complaining about part quality in itself. It's not the best build in any case scenario, right? So the trackpad itself, it's not great. Okay. So then the second thing, I don't know if you can see this, if my camera can pick it up, but I cannot probably zoom as I'm making this video. However, I will make the links, or I put the screenshots here, like from closer perspective to show you that, because the top of this unit is aluminum, right? And they claim this is the best 14-inch laptop in the world, ultrabook in the world, and it's superior in terms of specs. And obviously the new AMD chip is great, and RTX 2060 is probably the best graphics in this small factor ultrabook. So I'm not criticizing here performance of this unit in any ways. However, the build quality is no good. It's not good at all, and the top is made of sort of aluminum. I think it's really nice material. However, the interior is, as they claim, it's magnesium alloy. However, this is coated with like a soft touch paint of some sort, and after a couple of months it started bubbling up around the edges, right? So it comes off, it just actually peels off, like leaving these marks, like the unit has been damaged or something, like a scratches, not like a scratches, but like doesn't look good anyway, right? So I decided get in touch with customer service, because purely to my understanding as a normal user, I use this laptop 99% at home. I actually had it once with me when I went for a holiday. Okay, somewhere in between the lockdowns, whatever. So I had it with me, but apart from this, I just keep it at home. I mean, like nowadays, you know, we in this pandemic state, so I just use it on my lap, on my desk. I don't take it out. Just use it as a portable sort of computer around my house, right? And so I decided to keep it for a while because I needed the laptop for my work. So I didn't get back to Asus immediately, as on this I have 2 years warranty, right? So before Christmas, I decided to deal with this issue, as you know, my work sort of started loosening up. I didn't had that pressure for having this computer with me all the time. So I decided to get in touch with Asus, send this to them, and deal with the casing. So with this paint peeling off issue, as well as deal with the trackpad issue. So I called them up, and the Asus customer service representative directed me to RMA online system, where I was supposed to submit, describe my issue as well as attach the photos. So those photos are been attached to the original case where I submitted my, repair requests. So then they arranged the pickup. Okay, so the courier picked up the laptop, sent it to their dedicated repair center in UK, or whatever designated UK center in UK. So they picked up the laptop. The laptop was sent to them, and before that also, I called them up and asked if I will need to back up my drive, because it's very important I don't lose the data. However, for my understanding, I never thought that they will need to wipe out the drive where there was no software issue involved, right? So they said in only extreme circumstance we will need to wipe out your drive, so you don't have to be worried, because it's just a physical part. They just will change them and that's all. Okay, so I said fine. So I didn't back up the data. After 3 weeks or so, they sent a unit back to me, which was exactly the same state, right? The casing is the same. However, trackpad was changed. They said they changed the trackpad, but the casing was the same and the hard drive was wiped. Okay, so I lost all my data. I shouldn't believe them. I should back it up. So it's my fault anyway. As they said, I signed up the document, but I went through the effort. I called them up and I said, listen, will I have to back up or not? And they said, don't worry about it. Okay, so I wasn't worrying about it. I didn't do it. It's my mistake. Okay, but they sent the laptop back to me in exactly the same state. So the casing hasn't been fixed. So I called them again. They told me they will escalate the issue. So they escalate the issue to second level support. They get back to me and say, listen, this is not under warranty, it's a cosmetic issue. So I called them back again and said, listen, what do you mean it's a cosmetic issue, right? I didn't make anything to cause this thing to happen, right? It's just a standard, normal, everyday use. I didn't scratch it, I didn't drop it, I did nothing to it, and it's already damaged, right? Like, I mean, why I should pay for it? Why is this my fault? Okay, so I mean, how is this not covered by your warranty? So they escalate the issue again. So they, keep sending me emails, right? We deal with your request, blah blah blah. After a week, I called them again, and we went exactly to the same scenario. I explained everything, what's been going on, and again, the same story, right? They were supposed to escalate the issue. However, the answer from second level support said, no, this is not under warranty. So I went back to them again. I said, listen, man, I looked at your warranty. A 0.5 in your warranty says you're gonna redeem the defect related to poor quality materials or craftsmanship, and this is it, right? I didn't do that. That's something this is defective part. I mean, this is purely a manufacturing issue, right? I mean, how can you, after like 4 months, you can have damaged unit by just barely being used in any extreme or even outside or even normal, travel case scenarios. So just literally I kept this around my house 99% of the time. But after following on a issue, speaking to customer service 4 or 5 times, they kept back coming to me with the same answer. No, we will not do anything about it. We can give you the postal address where you can actually send them physical letters. So in this case, I don't think it's a point really to be doing anything, because it's purely what they want me to actually drop this case. So they try to discourage me of taking any further action, because more effort it takes to send an email, send a physical letter than send an email. So my understanding is this: the Asus has no intention to do anything about it. They basically, what they doing, they selling defective units, right, and then not claiming responsibility for their poor quality craftsmanship. And I believe if they are claimed as the best 14-inch laptop in the world, right, they try to be so proud of it. And to be honest with you, here I got example of 220 pounds actually Link Plus laptop I bought, on Amazon a while ago, right? This is like cheap laptop, like Celeron or whatever, 1.3 gigahertz, like 4 gig of RAM or something. So I don't try to compare this with Zephyrus, right, in terms of performance, because it's nothing you can actually compare. This is like trash, compared to this. However, this is superior in terms of build quality, right? This 220 pounds, like Ultrabook, look, it's like MacBook. It's almost like MacBook build, right? I don't know, it's nothing wrong with it. It's just, despite the fact, the internals are not like top notch or not good, they're cheap, but this is like extruded aluminum. You know what I mean? It's like, it's rigid and it's like scratch resistant, and this is 220 pounds laptop, right? Comparing to 1,600 pounds, right? And they actually try to tell me, or maybe will try to tell you in this instance, that this is not like covered by warranty. So I bought 1,600 pounds unit, which after 3 or 4 months of normal use looks worse than my previous MacBook Pro, which I have for 4 years. And when I sold it, I stayed at mint condition, because it was in the mint condition, right? It was perfect. It was like new. So I have done nothing to this in terms of wear and tear, like as they call it. This is not being under warranty. It just happened by itself, because their manufacturing process is just bad in terms of coating this magnesium alloy chassis. And they will now tell me they will do nothing about it, okay? So you have to bear this in mind. And to be honest with you, now this is new version of this laptop coming out, and I was hoping to switch to RTX 3060 or new generation of AMD chips, because this laptop would be a perfect package for me, replacing all of my devices, for work and pleasure, for gaming and whatever. However, I do not trust. I mean, actually, this situation makes me hate Asus. You know what I mean? It's like, it's so obvious to me, like they try to send this sample units to the reviewers, and they make a lot of hype about the specs, because the specs are actually great, okay? Like, AMD chips and graphic cards and stuff like that. And they making all the hype about the specs, but really they cut corners on the quality. And in this case, the reviewers have no chance to, identify these issues, because you need this for a longer period of time to experience what I experience. And if you go online, you can see there's many more people actually experiencing this issue. Some of them had luck with the customer service. So I think I read the post where one guy had his laptop replaced, but another had the same situation, and they told them it's not under warranty. So if we been like, you know, used like a consumers and customers as a testing, you know, I mean, people just to test their quality. I'm sorry, I don't agree to this. Like, you know, I want this units be sold in the best condition, you know, for the consumer, like as a final product, right? Not as something that, you know, we will complain and then they will improve upon our complaints at my expense or your expense. So so that's it. You know, I decided to make these videos because I'm just upset, and I think this should be really dealt with in some way or another. But like at the moment, I'm really disappointed with the Asus, because this has a potential to be the best 14-inch ultrabook on the market. But like, really, I lost the trust in Asus, and I don't feel like confident enough to spend any more money with this company in the future. You know, having experience what I experienced with them, and knowing that basically their 2 years warranty and all this, you know, blah blah about, you know, the best ultrabook in the world is just a basically gimmick to, as a marketing tricks to you know, sell you the stuff which actually is made in a very cheap way, and the quality control must suck, you know what I mean? And this is very disappointing. So I hope this will help you make an informed decision and avoid the frustration that I had. And also, what I want to say is that, you know, if you spend 1,600 quid on a laptop, for some people it's a lot of money. They need to save for a long time to go and buy a unit like this. And especially if you market this to like a business people and the gamers at the same time, I don't understand how can you not pay attention to, like, you know, this quality build. Because if a gamer's buying this laptop, they obviously will want to love their device. They really want to be connected to it. So people will not accept that, right? Same in my, so I really do like my gadgets, right? So I buy my stuff, like my gadgets, and I take care of my gadgets, and I want them to be new, basically, as long as they can be, right? Without unnecessary damage. And if the company cannot understand that and claim responsibility for their you know, poor quality build, that's not good. That's really not good. So in my opinion, if you're thinking about buying this, I don't know, maybe perhaps you should look elsewhere, because this is probably what's gonna happen. And there is more like stuff like keyboards and stuff, you know, people complain their lighting is uneven. But again, when I watched the reviews, I was prepared to accept this issue, because I knew it does exist, right? Because a lot of reviewers picked up on it. But stuff that I'm talking about will appear after a few weeks, maybe a few months, and it's something that you don't really want to find out by yourself. So hopefully, you know, I give you some useful information, and thanks for watching, and bye.